Hello, welcome to the weather update. It is 9:30 and it is August 24th, 2021. Feeling the heat today and maybe dealing with a little bit of smoke too. This is what the skies look like today. A little bit of haze out there. Maybe we had a little bit of smoke. Looks like a big patch of smoke is up to our north, so this might wind up going into our area, though it might wind up going toward the northeast. But generally plenty of hazy sunshine today. I mean, not very hazy, but definitely some haze around. And a few patchy clouds. It's just pretty brutal day all around, and very warm. Looking at the weather right now, we're going to go to our high temperature, and you can see on the hazards map here we have a heat advisory in effect. North Shore, Suffolk County, Nassau County, New York City, as well as northeastern New Jersey, Hudson Valley, Connecticut, which all indicate that we are going to be heating up. We are going to be heating up. And you can see those dew points, depending on where you are, the dew points are a little higher in some spots. Generally upper 60s and low 70s dew points, not by any means dry. Some stations seem to be reporting lower dew points, but most dew points are, kind of humid out there, and if you're in Jersey, dew points are in the low 70s there as well. You can see 76 and 73 are your dew point at Long Beach, and 79 at Carl. Yeah, holding the heat here in the central part of Nassau County. Not much of a sea breeze out there at all whatsoever. So let's go with the high temperatures today. I think pretty much everybody reached the low 90s today. So let's go take a look at that. So let's see what we got here. Pretty much everybody reached the low 90s. Let's see if Carl Place 92, 92 at Farmingdale. Islip got to 90, 89 at Shirley, 90 at West Hampton. So that shows you not much of a sea breeze at all today. West to northwest winds, pretty brutal out there. Looking at LaGuardia, 91 there, 91 at Kennedy, 87 at Central Park. For some reason, Central Park has a habit of being cooler because of the vegetation. You can see LaGuardia and Kennedy have the same exact numbers. So that indicates when you see both of them at the same high temperature, you know that there was no sea breeze at all. Very little of a sea breeze. It was a very, very weak one in the afternoon. So we're really no better than New Jersey. Let's look at New Jersey here. Highs there are also in the low 90s as well, it looks like. Yep, 91 at Lakehurst. So pretty much the same kind of that northwest to west wind kept things fairly uniform across the area today. Not much relief anywhere from the heat. As again, those west winds, this westerly fetch here, it just comes in over Jersey. And even we had more of a west-southwesterly fetch by the evening, but you could see that air is coming in over Jersey. And unless you're further out east, where there's more of a fetch over the ocean, you're going to be feeling that heat, courtesy of New Jersey. Let's go look at one to ground here, and we'll look at some more observations here. And I'll just show you what it was like in a couple of stations throughout the day here. I should not have closed that out, actually. Let me go back to this. I wasn't going to do it this way. Should not have closed that out. All right. Observations. Oh, and now it's malfunctioning. Let's see if we can get it to work properly. This is what happens when you try to go a little too fast. So let's look at Farmingdale here, 79 right now. And if we look at Farmingdale's observations, you will see here they were in the 90s for a good part of the afternoon, low 90s. Dew points did drop to the mid-60s there, I guess. So the dew points did drop a little bit, or at least the dew points did drop a little bit off there at Farmingdale, but it was still brutal. Islip. Looking at Islip. You can see again a little cooler over there. It just briefly touched 90, but it was also more humid as well. You can see that there was a sea breeze that did wind up trying to develop in the afternoon. You can see it kind of went back and forth with a little bit with that sea breeze front there, trying to get through Islip. But other than that, fairly brutal all around. And if we do look at Lakehurst, where I don't think they got any relief. I don't think they got relief from the humidity. So let's see what Lakehurst was today. Yeah, the dew points, well, actually, they did get some lower dew points later in the afternoon, interestingly enough. But no sea breeze at all there whatsoever. Nothing. So, yeah, hot, hot, hot. All right, so go to underground now, and we'll look at some more observations here. Waiting for them to load. Let's do this. All right, so let's check out some stations here. And again, you can see the temperatures fairly uniform across the year. Even on the South Shore, not much of a sea breeze at all whatsoever. Barely anything. Barely anything. So Carl Place, 79 right now. Looking at Carl Place right now. Let's see what they got up to. And you can see pretty much... Yeah. I don't know. Something wrong with their dew point graph or whatever. The dew point is malfunctioning. But you can see temperatures generally 90s. And then the dew point seems to straighten out there. A little, like I said, a little lower humidity. But really just pretty uncomfortable. And like I said, even if you were on the South Shore, you weren't getting any relief. Let's go to right on the water here in Massapequa. And let's see if they got any relief at all. Because they probably didn't. Well, it looks like they did actually get some sea breeze right on the water. You could sort of see when the sea breeze sort of developed, it came through around 1:30, and then the temperature dropped into the low 80s. So you can see the sea breeze there. Look at that. That's a clear indication of a sea breeze. Temperatures drop, but the humidity does rise. So the humidity went up a few degrees, but the temperature did drop. So if you're right on the water, I guess you had a sea breeze, but you had to be right. I mean right on the water. If you go just a little bit inland, it's going to be a whole different story. Let's look at North Patchogue. I bet you North Patchogue got up to 90 today. So it's a little more typical of what it was like inland in Suffolk County. So let's see if they got to the 90-degree mark. So let's see. I bet they did. Yep, 91 degrees for a high. There you go. No sea breeze. It looks like there was a sea breeze around 5:24 because then the temperature dropped into the 80s. So they did actually wind up getting a sea breeze. Yeah, if you look here at the graphs, you'll see they got a sea breeze after 6 o'clock. Then the wind shifted to the south-south. Very weak sea breeze, enough to drop things a little bit. It looks like it was actually a lot more effective in Suffolk County. The temperature dropped quite a ways. They got into the low. They were below 80 after 7:30. That's we didn't get that at all on the South Shore in Belmore. I'll tell you that. I know because I was there. So it was not great at all. Not much of a breeze there at all. I mean, you had to be right on the beach, right on the water to really avoid. Let's check out Pointer Woods here because they get right on the water. Probably got a decent breeze right on the water. So let's see, 84, yeah. So if you're right on the water, you avoided the 90s. You still got to the mid-80s, though. But, yeah, they had a sea breeze all day right on the water. You had to be right on the water to get that sea breeze. Otherwise, you're not getting it, and we're going to be sweating, and it's going to be pretty uncomfortable. And, of course, if we look at the North Shore, like Bayville, for instance, I'm sure it was hot as heck there. Sometimes you can get a sound breeze, but chances are... Yeah, 94. Yeah, it's pretty hot. Pretty hot. Now let's see what it was like in the deserts of Jersey, where really not a big difference between the central part of Long Island and the deserts of Jersey today. Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Well, let's go to the West Desert where we know this is the hot spot. At West Desert there at Toms River, I'm sure. At 93, and you can see... they didn't get relief from the humidity at all, so it was brutal there. It did drop off though after 7:30. I don't know. That's radiational cooling. So they actually are at 74. So that's the thing about the desert though. It does radiationally cool. I mean, it can cool down to the dew point. So 74 is pretty darn good actually. I mean, compared to the way it is here in Mineola, where it's still in the low 80s. I mean, at least it cools off there at night. Whereas here it's just. Ugh. It's just hot. So let's go look at the models, and we're going to see the heat is going to be sticking around for a while. Sure, just to briefly go over this, we have 3 areas of interest right now with just a 20% chance of cyclone formation. So I'm not really going to check these areas out. I guess we can check them out on the MODIS. You can sort of see them here. We have a lot of dust coming off Africa, so this might be, he has 1, 2, and 3 right here. But we have a lot of dust coming off Africa. You can see that dust there. All right, so looking at our high-resolution satellite, here's the remnants of Henri still moving away. And you can see the skies here, and you can see, yeah, that is most definitely smoke. So we'll have to see if that's going to work its way down into our area tomorrow or not. Other than that, it doesn't really appear that thick. But you can still see these fires still going in California. So let's go look at the models here. And again, we got this ridge coming through. So we know we got this ridge that's going to be building in the east. And you know the deal with the ridge already. It's going to bring a lot of heat and humidity. We have this backdoor front that's going to try to make it through on the weekend. Maybe it'll bring us some relief. And then we have to wait for a more significant cold front to make it through next week, hopefully, and finally bring relief. As far as cool, dry air and maybe some clear skies too, maybe. Let's get a little closer look now and look at the HRRR, which we should have most of it in. We have 30 hours of it in. Okay, that's enough. You can see no precipitation here. I'm running it backwards, but you're not seeing any precipitation here. We're not going to have any. It's we've got a pretty strong high pressure ridge over us, but this means that things are going to heat up tomorrow. So here we are Wednesday, and you see temperatures probably going to get up to the 90-degree mark again. 90-degree mark in New Jersey, New York City, similar today, low 90s, Nassau County, Suffolk. Tomorrow's going to be very similar to today, and as well as the dew points. Dew points might be a little lower than today. According to the HRRR, it seems to think that the dew points will be a little. You can see northwest winds with the sea breeze late in the afternoon. All right, we'll look at the GFS here. And the GFS, again, brings that drier area in. You see those northwest winds though tomorrow, which means no sea breeze. That does bring in some drier air over Long Island, probably not New Jersey. And then we see that sea breeze in the afternoon. And then Thursday, we have the west winds again, west-southwest. A little more of a southerly component, but that also is going to mean more humidity. Here's Friday. Here we are again with the west wind and no sea breeze at all on Friday, which probably wound up being the worst day before this backdoor front tries to make it through and then winds up stalling to the west on Saturday. We'll have to see. Maybe we can get this front through. Maybe not. We'll have to see. Maybe if we could just get this front a little further through, but you can see it does stall out. Again, typical stall front syndrome. But things can change between now and then. We got to focus on the next brutal week ahead here. So here again is Wednesday, tomorrow, and again your highs. Oh, yeah, it's going to be just as hot as today, maybe a few degrees hotter. Only relief on the South Shore in the afternoon, and I mean right on the South Shore. You're going to be right on the South Shore, right on the beach. Thursday, similar deal again. Similar deal. So it's going to be hot again. So pretty much the same deal again. Friday, that's even a worse day where I think we're going to see more mid-90s. And then this front comes through. We drop temperatures down to the 70s for Saturday and Sunday. But we may have some clouds and showers with that because, again, that front is going to stall out. We just don't know how much activity there's going to be, if it's just going to be clouds or showers. We don't know. Let's go look at the sky conditions here, and this doesn't show the smoke, but you can see plenty of sunshine, not many clouds tomorrow. Thursday, maybe a few more high clouds. Friday, we'll see more cloudiness, but you can see the weekend. Maybe it'll wind up being mostly sunny. It doesn't really show a whole lot of clouds here, so maybe we'll have a good amount of sunshine and comfortable temperatures. That would be nice. We'll have to see what happens with that. Let's go to the NAM. This is the 18Z NAM, so we'll look at the skies with the NAM here. And again, it's showing the development of possible fog. I think it's overdoing it. But tomorrow you see plenty of sunshine. There's probably some haze around with the smoke. We'll have to see what happens with that. I will look at the smoke model in a minute. Thursday, again, plenty of sunshine. Could be some fog on the South Shore. And again, if you're right on the beach, you'll get some relief. But you have to be literally within a mile of the water to really feel any effect with that westerly flow. That killer west wind just brings in the heat, We can also look at the RGM as well. Line this to tomorrow. So here's tomorrow, and again, not much in the way of clouds. There may be some haze, but not much in the way of clouds. Thursday, maybe a few more high clouds around. Friday, and again, just a few high clouds. That's it. I'm not going to go beyond that. This is showing Saturday. Well, this is showing midnight Friday, so it's I'm not even going to go beyond that. Let's go to the HRRR, and let's look at the... They probably don't have the 0Z smoke run in yet. I can refresh this and see. No, they don't. So let's look at the 23Z smoke run. At least it'll show us what's going to happen tomorrow. And you'll see. Still looks like most of that smoke stays to the north. It doesn't really give us that much. It only gives us to 1,700 hours, but it looks like there's some smoke, but most of it stays to the north, the heavier smoke. So we probably just have a slight haze and not too much haze. Similar to today. I think tomorrow is going to be very similar to today, actually. Let's go to the Ventu sky now, and we'll visualize the heat tomorrow on the Ventu sky as well. And this kind of shows the story here, 1, 2 o'clock. No sea breeze, west winds, except the only sea breeze is right on the coast. That's it. Otherwise, the rest of us are in the 90s. And dew points, well, at least the dew points might be a little lower, so maybe it'll feel a little bit more bearable, but not great. Not great at all. It's going to be pretty darn brutal. Actually, this is Wednesday. I mean, that was Tuesday. Oops. I meant to look at Wednesday. That's my mistake. Well, here you go. It looks just like today. So here you go. That's what I mean. It's going to be just like today tomorrow. Very similar. And here's Thursday. You can see more of a southwesterly component now coming in, which will bring some more relief. But not to the middle of the island. You'll have to be, again, you'll still have to be on the south shore, but at least more of the south shore will get some more relief. In the east end, of course. But other than that, we're going to be dealing with some heat, and I'm tired. We're all tired of it. It feels like we've just had a lot of hot weather this summer, even though it really hasn't been that much above normal. It just feels like we have gotten a lot of heat, and that's something I enjoy for sure. And I look forward to cooler weather because this heat is ridiculous, and we can actually go to the climate. Let's see if we are running above normal. That'll be, I guess, the last part of this. I'll go to the climatology, and we'll look and see if we are running above normal for the month. We'll first do Central Park with the rain. Central Park, so month to date. I don't know if Central Park's already received 9.65 inches, so and the normal is 3.60 inches. So it's a lot of rain. I don't think it has the all-time record in here listed, but let's see if it's got the. Let's see. Actually, it's not the right one. I need the preliminary monthly data. So this will show us if we're running above normal for the month here or not. Let's see. We are half a degree above normal at Central Park for the month. So after this heat, it'll probably be a lot more than that. So, yeah, I think August is going to run above normal at this rate. So I guess that's going to wrap up this weather update. Just brutal weather ahead. Again, we got the heat advisory in effect across the area. And, again, 90s, low to mid 90s for tomorrow, probably a little warmer than the day. But I think everybody gets above 90 unless you're right on the beach. We're going to be above 90, and it's just not going to be great. And again, this is the briefing from the Weather Service that we can look at here. Oh yeah, Twitter doesn't let us see that, right? They want to be a pain. All right, well, maybe they got this. There we go. So there's your briefing. And again, hot and humid conditions continue through at least Thursday. It'll be more than that. And they're showing the heat advisory there. So when the heat advisory is in effect, that means it's going to feel pretty bad outside. You don't just want to avoid being outside where the heat advisory is. Try to be on the South Shore if you can, or be in air conditioning, preferably air conditioning. Unless you're right at the beach, it's going to be pretty uncomfortable out there. So we get ready for the heat for the next couple of days. And then hopefully maybe this will be the last one for the year. I would like it to be the last one, but I have a feeling it won't be. Have a good night.